right, so remember I was talking about thrashing the surface? I always end up doing this while I'm working. I don't like this slick. And that's, but use your own style. If you like it, I like it because it grabs color. And I'm not working as hard for color because this is going to absorb in at a different rate as it is the slick. So I got a good mixture of slick, texture, and some scuffs. But just that torn edge. There's a big difference between a straight edge and, you know what I'm talking about, where you slice it like a steak knife, you know, all right, chop, chop. That erratic edge is what I'm looking for. Nice, you got a nice clean out one? Nice.
Feels good. Small. You kind of said that weird.
What if you don't want to run there?
We're getting separate rooms, you know that, right?
Listen.
That's what you think.
All right, so, in demonstration one more time. The angle in which you hold your trowel is very important. So I got a ridge already here. Remember when we talked about directional troweling? How it's so important when I trowel this and I leave this, I leave that. Now I'm going to play off this. I'm not going to necessarily follow what's here. Now watch this. See this line? I'll go ahead and cut this back a little bit. So I never like my spalls, that's what it is, spalled, to end right there. It highlights that 90 degrees, so I feather that out, going nowhere. Now watch this. Come over here, get underneath it. You know, again, torn piece of paper. Now watch. Pop that out, right? See how it's snapping, guys? Just inherently. Those are the secrets. Now, I want this flake. What I drew that in is because now I'm going to connect this. So I already had something there. I always say, do we enhance or subtract? Let's enhance. Now just lightly. So you see, now watch. And underneath that, you get a lot more depth and realism. Small, medium, large, right? Then if you want, you can come back this way. I'm using the butt end of the trowel now. I'm just beveling that. And I'm nibbling at it, guys. Remember, not the steak knife. You don't want the snake knife, and this is what it looks like. This is what I see a lot. And they're bouncing off. You see I bottomed out right there. Right? So the idea is to nibble at it. Very similar to like a fish on a worm, right? On a cold day. What happens is you get into like that track mode where you typically mostly have music on and you're coming in there and you're noodling is what they call it, and you step back, you get off the ladder or scaffolding or wherever your working environment, step back and it's like, oh my God, it's too busy. It's easy to do, so get off the ladder and step down. Make minor changes to it and keep assessing it. Fractures. This is where you would want to pre-fracture it. Why? Because I can sketch out my line. Fractures have so much impact on the final piece. It can take an A+ job, turning it into an F. Vice versa, I've seen an F job go A+ with a couple of fractures. Why we put them in now is because we won't fracture stuff too small, but I can sketch them in. Honoring what's already there. Again, this is parallel to the surface. I'm not doing this. This is what I see a lot. See, you just lost that whole thing. This is what you see. And that does occur in nature, and you want some of that. But you get a little more human-made, you get a little more realism. That's where you're just scuffing it up a little bit, changing the angle, get more of an eroded, see? Like that edge just chewed up, and that's going to take color beautiful because it's so rough. And bottom down is fine. Out of it, and it really shows. See, I'm just beveling that. Then you can come back this way, because that was just a tiny little sliver. right? I wish I had other chip brush, but use this for now.